AP Opone, do you want to add something to have
Yes.
some of the people you counsel and you advise them? They say, no, I think at this point in time,
Okay.
separation is advisable.
Okay. Yes. Amongst the people we counseled, there had been, I think, about 2 cases or 3 or so, if I remember them vividly. Okay. On Before I talk about those ones, on that same program we had, there was a couple also. They didn't go through counseling with us. Whom we It was based on that program that the wife also came round to tell us the issue of domestic violence. So when there is domestic violence, we will tell you, because we don't want anybody to die. So we'll tell you it's time for you to temporarily separate, because we frown at it, the church frowns at it, government frowns at it, Lagos State government particularly, OPD, Office of the Public Defender. When if
Send the
they
person
hear
to
that you
jail.
are being, they will come with helicopter, even if they can, to come and evacuate. So the government frowns about it. We don't want anybody to die, because sometimes we always put ourselves in the position. Supposing that person is your daughter, you cannot say because of Christianity, because marriage is sacred, we agree. But when it comes to beating, it's not in the Bible that a man should be beating his wife. And let me tell you, there are some women that are beating their husbands also. So when it's a case of domestic violence, we say that it is better for everybody. I mean, violence that is real violence. Everybody stay your own until each of you can go through therapy or counseling or whatever, so that you can now come back together if possible. But if the traits are still there, we don't want anybody to die, as it were. That is one. Now, from the people that we counseled, these ones are like, on one occasion, we told them point blank that it's not going to work. Okay? That I remember that time Christ Church was still being built. We were still using the side of the tents, as it were. So we actually spoke to them. They were in our class. We said, it's not going to work. You understand me? That we have seen discrepancy in the way the two of you, your vision is totally different. Your actions, your reactions is different. The boy is like a deeper life background. The girl is like big wild girl like this. And then we told them point blank that, look, I don't know why you people want to go into, but maybe you should go back and pray. Well, they left. They eventually got married, but that marriage didn't last 4 months. 4 months. And they separated. The other one was a case of when they had started counseling, they were going on. It's even one of these popular radio, whatever. And the girl is from a very big family, in a very, very big family in Oyo State, in Ibadan. And then the guy is also a very popular, By the time they went through counseling with us, I just told the girl point blank. I said, look, this Americana that you want to, go into, this and this and this are our observations. If you still want to go ahead, we don't stop anybody from saying it's your decision. You can go ahead, but these are the checks that you need to look at. The girl said, okay, that she's been seeing some of those things, but that she feels that he can change. And I always say it, marriage does not change anybody. Okay? Don't set out to say you want to marry because you want to change somebody. You got into marriage because you want to complement the person, not to change the person. So as much as possible, eventually they went through the class. When they were almost through with the class, which is like 2 weeks before their wedding, she comes to class that day, calls my husband and I, and said that she doesn't think she will go ahead with this wedding. And I remember that day vividly. But it's a big, when I say big family, Ashoebi has gone 150K. I'm talking of 150K in the year 2007.
10 years
That
ago.
kind of. So that was how, as soon as she called my husband, and my husband said, look, if you decide to still be flowing with this, and you get to the front of the church on that day of your wedding, where before you enter the church, if you decide to change your mind at that time, glory be to God. You can make a U-turn with your wedding gown and everything at the entrance of the church before you enter. So as much as possible, we had, by the time she came around and said, look, this is it, we just gave her blessing and said, look, it's your decision. I said, how do you handle your family people? Because it's just 2 weeks away. She said she's going back to talk to them, that she really wanted to talk to us first. Today, I'm happy for her because she's happy. And then eventually the guy passed on, you know. And before he passed on, he was jumping from one woman to another, to mom, baby mama, to all that. Was that what she could have faced? As it were. So sometimes we go, I mean, the truth should not be hidden. We should be able to tell the truth at all times. We cannot say because we want to be nice, you know, Christianity say we should just patch it. Okay, it doesn't work that way. It is easier for you to take your decision as a single person than when you get into the marriage.
Thank you, AP Pony.